All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Saira Mujtaba and with me is Sarabjeet Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate a Thought Leadership Forum on FinTech, Infinity Forum today. Urges the youth in the field of startups, tech and innovation to take part in the program. President Ramnath Kovind to confer annual national awards on International Day of Persons with Disabilities today. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai to hold meeting with experts in view of newly found cases of new COVID-19 variant Omicron in the state. Earth station of Doordarshan Kendra in Gorakhpur to be inaugurated today. India achieves ambitious target of 40% of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel sources, way ahead of the target year. Met Office says low pressure area over southeast Bay of Bengal likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm and reach Andhra Pradesh Orissa coast tomorrow morning. Sports Ministry doubles number of former international athletes in Mission Olympic Cell to accelerate India's progress in Olympics. In Junior Hockey World Cup, India to take on Germany and France to clash with Argentina in the semi-finals today. And in cricket, second and final cricket test between India and New Zealand to begin in Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium this morning. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is also causing concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate Infinity Forum today via video conferencing. The event is being hosted by International Financial Services Centres Authority under the aegis of Government of India in collaboration with Gift City and Bloomberg. Indonesia, South Africa and the UK are partner countries in the first edition of the forum. The Prime Minister has urged the youth, especially those in the world of startups, tech and innovation, to know more about the Infinity Forum and take part in the program. More details from our correspondent.
This 2-day event is a thought leadership forum with a focus on aspects relating to fintech and using it for inclusive growth. Infinity Forum has an interesting theme beyond. As the name suggests, it will set the tone for stakeholders to think beyond conventional mindsets and approaches and discuss new trends in space tech, green tech, agri-tech, quantum computing and more. Infinity Forum will bring together leading minds of the world in policy, business and technology. They will discuss and come up with actionable insight into how technology and innovation can be leveraged by the fintech industry for inclusive growth and serving humanity at large. The forum will witness participation from over 70 countries. Various ministers of different countries, CEOs and MDs of domestic and international companies will participate in the event. Niti Aayog, Invest India, FICCI and NASSCOM are some of the key partners to this year's Infinity Forum. Bhupender Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
President Ramnath Kovind will confer the annual national awards on individuals, institutions, organizations and states and districts for their outstanding achievements and work towards the empowerment of persons with disabilities on International Day of Persons with Disabilities today. The event is being organized by the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Divyangjan, under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar will preside over the function.
The External Affairs Ministry has said that the visit of the Russian President Vladimir Putin will take place on the 6th of December. It said President Putin will be here for the 21st India-Russia Annual Summit and a series of meetings will take place between India and Russia. In a media briefing yesterday, the official spokesman of the Ministry of External Affairs, Arindam Bagchi, said that India foresees a very intensive engagement during the day, culminating with the summit. He said the Defence Minister of India and his Russian counterpart will co-chair the Intergovernmental Commission. He also said that the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will also have a bilateral meeting with the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Parliament passed the Dam Safety Bill 2019 with the Rajya Sabha approving it yesterday. The House also approved the amendments moved by the government to the bill. The Lok Sabha had given its nod to the bill in 2019. The bill provides for surveillance, inspection, operation and maintenance of the specified dam, for prevention of dam failure-related disasters and for institutional mechanism to ensure their safe functioning. The bill was moved by the Union Minister for Jal Shakti, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Replying to a debate on the bill, Mr. Shekhawat said that the legislation has been brought with an intention of putting in place a protocol for dam safety.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 125 crore 65 lakh mark. Out of the total vaccination, more than 79 crore 32 lakh vaccine doses have been given as the first dose, while over 46 crore 33 lakh doses have been administered as the second dose. The Health Ministry said that more than 46 lakh 33,000 vaccine doses were administered till 7 p.m. yesterday. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the centre has been supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. National recovery rate stands at 98.35%. The Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry has said that 2 cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours. In a media briefing in New Delhi yesterday, Joint Secretary in the Union Health Ministry, Love Agarwal, said that both the cases are from Karnataka.
हमारे देश में 2 ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट के केस हमारे इस नेटवर्क के द्वारा डिटेक्ट किए गए हैं कर्नाटका में, और उसमें से एक केस 66 साल के एक मेल है, दूसरा केस 46 साल के एक मेल है, और जितने उनके प्राइमरी कॉन्टैक्ट हैं, जितने सेकेंडरी कॉन्टैक्ट हैं, उन सबको ट्रेस कर लिया गया है और उन सबकी टेस्टिंग करके उनको एज पर प्रोटोकॉल हम कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं.
The Director General of the Indian Council of Medical Research, Balram Bhargav, said there is no need to panic, but awareness is absolutely essential. On the Omicron variant of COVID-19, Member Health of Niti Aayog, Dr. V.K. Paul, said that it is being carefully examined and a decision will be taken on basis of it. He stressed on the need for testing, surveillance, tracking and tracing of the incoming international travellers.
In a bilingual live phone-in program, Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. Mona Desai, President, Ahmedabad Medical Association, will discuss about the Omicron COVID variant.
ओमिक्रॉन इटसेल्फ इज एक म्यूटेशन है कोरोना वायरस का. इसमें ये इसीलिए ज्यादा घातक हो सकता है क्योंकि ये जो म्यूटेशंस हुए हैं वो कोरोना वायरस के जो स्पाइक प्रोटीन होते हैं, आपने अगर उसका जो स्ट्रक्चर देखा है तो उसके ऊपर कांटे जैसे स्पाइक प्रोटीन्स होते हैं जो हमारे शरीर के अंदर सेल्स के साथ जुड़ने में वो उसकी जो स्पाइक प्रोटीन है वो साइट होती है हमारे बॉडी के सेल्स के साथ जुड़ने के लिए. तो यहाँ ये म्यूटेशन हो रहे हैं, इसलिए ये वैज्ञानिक सोच रहे थे शायद ये घातक हो सकते हैं, और अभी तक दे हैव फाउंड आउट के 30 से ज्यादा म्यूटेशंस हो गए हैं इसके. तो हमारे देश में भी ये आ गया है, गुजरात में भी जामनगर में एक पॉजिटिव है, कर्नाटक में 2 लोग पॉजिटिव हैं.
Karnataka Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai will hold a meeting with experts today after 2 cases of the new COVID-19 variant Omicron were reported in the city. The Chief Minister said he has also asked the State Health Minister and Chief Secretary to gather more information. The Chief Minister said he has already discussed the matter with Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandviya, who has assured to share complete details of these new cases with the state government. The new COVID-19 variant was first reported to the World Health Organization from South Africa on November 25th. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Thought Leadership Forum on FinTech Infinity Forum today urges the youth in the field of startups, tech and innovation to take part in the program. President Ramnath Kovind to confer annual national awards on International Day of Persons with Disabilities today. Karnataka Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai to hold meeting with experts in view of newly found cases of new COVID-19 variant Omicron in the state. Earth Station of Doordarshan Kendra in Gorakhpur to be inaugurated today. India achieves ambitious target of 40% of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel sources, way ahead of the target year. Met Office says low pressure area over southeast Bay of Bengal likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm and reach Andhra Pradesh Orissa coasts tomorrow morning. Sports Ministry doubles number of former international athletes in Mission Olympic Cell to accelerate India's progress in Olympics. In Junior Hockey World Cup, India to take on Germany and France to clash with Argentina in the semi-finals today. And in cricket, second and final cricket test between India and New Zealand to begin in Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium this morning. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will inaugurate Earth Station of Doordarshan Kendra, Gorakhpur today. 3 FM stations of All India Radio will also be inaugurated virtually on the occasion. Principal Director General of All India Radio N. Venudhar Reddy and Director General of Doordarshan Mayank Kumar Agarwal will also attend the event. More from our correspondent.
This will be the second Earth Station of Doordarshan in Uttar Pradesh and it is being built at a cost of Rs 7 crore. This Earth Station will enable the programs generated at local level to be telecast live through DTS across the world. The Earth Station at Doordarshan Kendra Gorakhpur will be a boon to local Bhojpuri artists as they have been demanding it for long. 3 FM stations of All India Radio to be virtually inaugurated today are at Etawah, Lakhimpur Kheri and Bahraich districts. The addition of these FM stations will further enhance the reach of All India Radio, especially in the Indo-Nepal border areas. Aditya Shukla, AIR News, Gorakhpur.
India has achieved the ambitious target of 40% of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel sources. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has said that total installed non-fossil fuel-based capacity stands at 156.83 gigawatts in the country. It said the country has achieved this target last month, way ahead of the target year set at Conference of Parties 21 held in France. The ministry said as part of its nationally determined contributions, India had committed to achieving 40% of its installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel energy sources by 2030. The ministry said the country's installed renewable energy capacity today stands at 150.05 gigawatts, while its nuclear energy-based installed electricity capacity stands at 6.78 gigawatts. The ministry said the government is committed to achieving 500 gigawatts of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel sources by the year 2030, in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement at the recently concluded COP26.
And now let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
Today we remember one of the youngest freedom fighters, Khudiram Bose, who was born on the 3rd of December 1889 in Midnapur district. Khudiram was drawn towards revolutionary activities during adolescence and was inspired by Sri Aurobindo Ghosh and Sister Nivedita. He joined the revolutionary group Anushilan Samiti at the tender age of only 15.
The deciding moment of Khudiram's life came in 1908, when he and Prafulla Chaki were assigned the task of assassinating the British official Kingsford. Kingsford was infamous for torturous clamping down on revolutionaries. Initially, the plan was to throw a bomb in the court, but it was changed to avoid injuries to civilians present in the court.
Thereafter, on the 30th of April 1908, Bose threw a bomb on a carriage which he suspected was carrying Kingsford, but Kingsford escaped.
While police arrested Khudiram from the Vaini railway station in Samastipur district, Bihar, Prafulla Chaki killed himself before being caught. As Khudiram was brought handcuffed to the police station at Muzaffarpur, the entire town crowded around to take a look at the teenage boy.
On July 13th, 1908, Bose was sentenced to death. When the English judge asked him if he understood the meaning of the death sentence, Khudiram is known to have smiled and calmly nodded.
Khudiram said that his lawyer thought him too young to make bombs, but he can also teach the bomb making to the judge, if allowed, sometime before being hanged. Khudiram was martyred on the 11th of August, 1908. We salute this young revolutionary freedom fighter.
Today we also remember devoted national leader and the first president of the Indian Republic, Bharat Ratna, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was born on the 3rd of December 1884.
जब हम स्वतंत्रता के अधिकारों को और आजादी के अख्तियारों को अपने हाथों में लेने जा रहे हैं, हमारा पहला कर्तव्य है कि हम उनके प्रति श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करें जिन्होंने इस दिन के लाने के लिए अपनी जिंदगी लगा दी और तरह तरह के कष्ट सहे.
Fondly called as Rajan Babu, he played a very important role in shaping the destiny of our nation and left an indelible imprint on our country's life and polity.
Rajendra Prasad met Gandhiji during the Champaran Satyagraha. Gandhiji's influence greatly altered many of his views, most importantly on caste and untouchability. Dr. Rajendra Prasad actively participated in the non-cooperation movement. He gave up his law practice and started a national college near Patna in 1921.
In July 1946, when the Constituent Assembly was established to frame the Constitution of India, he was elected its president.
देश में इस स्वतंत्रता प्राप्ति से जो उल्लास, जो खुशी और जो उत्साह होना चाहिए, वो इसका बंटवारा हो जाने के कारण किरकिरा हो गया है. हमारा काम है कि जो हमारे साथ रह गया है उसको हम ऐसा सुंदर, सुव्यवस्थित, सुसंगठित और समुन्नत करें कि बिछड़े हुए प्रदेशों को फिर हमसे मिल जाना बहुत अधिक लाभप्रद मालूम हो. हम आशा करते हैं हम अपने व्यवहार से, अपनी कार्य दक्षता से उनको फिर अपनी ओर वापस ला सकेंगे.
On January the 26th, 1950, he was elected the nation's first president.
In 1962, after 12 years as president, Dr. Prasad retired and was subsequently awarded the Bharat Ratna, the nation's highest civilian award.
He died on the 28th of February 1963 at the age of 78. We salute this great national leader.
We also remember Ramadevi Chaudhary, a celebrated freedom fighter and a social reformer from Odisha. Gandhiji and Kasturba inspired her to dedicate herself for the cause of the country. Ramadevi, along with her family, plunged into the non-cooperation movement.
She was imprisoned on the 8th of November 1930 for leading the Salt Satyagraha at Srijanga Balasore and Kujanga Jagat Singhpur. Ramadevi founded Sevaghar, now a college, at Ramchandrapur, Badi, to reconstruct the flood-ravaged villages along the Brahmani river coast.
Gandhiji blessed her noble endeavour and inaugurated the ashram of austerity on the 20th of May 1934. Ramadevi was arrested on the 9th of August 1942, the day Gandhiji gave the clarion call of Quit India. After independence, Ramadevi dedicated herself entirely to the cause of the Bhudan and Gramdan movements of Acharya Vinoba Bhave.
We salute the great social worker and freedom fighter.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
A special roundup on patriotic films and songs which lifted the spirit of the Indian freedom movement Azadi Ke Tarane can be heard at 4:45 p.m. in our news magazine Parikrama.
स्वाधीनता आंदोलन के दौरान भारतीय जनमानस को उद्वेलित कर स्वतंत्रता का अलख जगाने और मातृभूमि के प्रति सेवा, समर्पण और त्याग की ज्वाला प्रज्वलित कर देने वाले अमर गीतों पर आधारित विशेष कार्यक्रम आजादी के तराने सुनना न भूलें। FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर प्रत्येक शुक्रवार शाम 4:45 पर परिक्रमा कार्यक्रम के अंतर्गत आजादी के तराने सिर्फ आकाशवाणी पर।
The Odisha government has put all its coastal districts on high alert in view of the impending cyclonic storm Jawad. According to the Meteorological Department, the depression over the Bay of Bengal is centered at around 850 kilometers south-southeast of Gopalpur in Odisha. It is likely to move northwestward and develop into a cyclonic storm in the next 24 hours. More details from our correspondent.
The Meteorological Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall at some places in the coastal districts of the state starting from evening today. The wind speed and rainfall intensity will increase by tomorrow. Even as the probable cyclonic storm approaches the South Odisha North Andhra Pradesh coast, the state government is fully geared up to tackle the impact. While about 300 NDRF, ODRAF and fire service teams have been deployed at vulnerable locations for rescue and relief operations, cyclone shelters across all the coastal districts have also been kept in readiness with necessary logistics. Giresh Chandradar, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
The India Meteorological Department has said that a low-pressure area over southeast Bay of Bengal has concentrated into a depression and is likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm and reach Andhra Pradesh-Odisha coast tomorrow morning. The East Coast Railway, ECOR, has cancelled operations of 95 trains for 3 days since yesterday. ECOR said on its portal that as a precautionary measure for the safety of passengers, the trains originating from different places and passing through the region have been cancelled from 2nd to 4th of December. It said, round-the-clock disaster management cell has been opened at ECOR headquarters at Rail Southern and at divisional headquarters at Visakhapatnam, Khurda Road and Sambalpur. Today is the anniversary of Bhopal Gas Tragedy. Considered among the world's worst industrial disasters, the Bhopal Gas Tragedy was a gas leak incident 37 years ago on the intervening night of December 2nd and 3rd in 1984 at the Union Carbide India Limited pesticide plant in Bhopal. Lakhs of people were affected by the incident, which killed thousands of people due to exposure to methyl isocyanide or MIC gas.
Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry has doubled the number of former athletes as core members of the revamped Mission Olympic Cell, MOC. The step has been taken to make it even more athletic-centric. MOC drives India's Olympics preparation through Target Olympics Podium initiative. This has been done to accelerate India's progress on the global sports stage. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur said the decision was driven by the experience gained in the last Olympic cycle. He said the inputs by former athletes in the incumbent MOC played a significant role in supporting the training and competition of the athletes who competed in Tokyo 2020 and won 7 medals and 19 in Paralympic Games. Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has said that all schools in Delhi will remain closed till further orders in view of rise in pollution levels. However, he said the examinations related to the boards will be conducted as per the predetermined schedule. The decision comes after Supreme Court pulled Delhi government for reopening of schools and colleges amid high pollution levels in the city. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404, issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. In the Junior Men's Hockey World Cup, defending champion India will take on six-time title winner Germany in the semi-final at 7:30 this evening at Bhubaneswar's Kaling Stadium. In the quarter-finals played on Wednesday, India defeated Belgium 1-0, while Germany eked out a narrow 3-0 win over Spain in the shootout. Speaking ahead of the match, India chief coach Graham Reid mentioned that the team will look to be more attacking against Germany.
The second and final cricket test of the series between India and New Zealand begins in Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium from today. After a pulsating draw in Kanpur, both sides would look to win the match to claim the series. Only 25% spectators are allowed on each of the 5 days. Mumbai Cricket Association is taking all precautions on its part and is adhering to COVID-19 protocols laid down by the Maharashtra government.
Women's Tennis Association (WTA) has announced immediate suspension of all women tournaments in China amid concern over Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai. Peng disappeared from public view for 3 weeks after accusing a top Chinese official of sexual assault.
And now let's take a look at the weather update for today. National capital Delhi will have shallow fog. The temperature will vary between 12 and 23 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Srinagar and Jammu will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards evening. Leh is likely to have a generally cloudy sky. Minimum and maximum temperature will hover between -5 and 5 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Omicron cases in India makes headlines across dailies today. 2 Omicron cases in Karnataka, infections mild, writes the Hindustan Times, while the Tribune headlines, 2 Omicron cases detected in Karnataka, 1 has left the country. On the vaccination front, the Indian Express notes, AstraZeneca booster okay, says paper, SII seeks nod, while the Hindustan Times notes, vax reach, seroprevalence put India on strong footing, say experts. Delhi's worrying pollution levels is also widely noticed by the press. Think out of the box to curb pollution, SC tells Centre, headlines the Tribune. The Statesman reports PM chairs meeting on Cyclone Jawad, asks officials to ensure safe evacuation of people, and finally, if you want to live longer, be careful of what's on your plate. Hindustan Times notes, nutrition key to altering how fast we age. Expert biohacks fasting metabolism link.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi to inaugurate Thought Leadership Forum on FinTech. Infinity Forum today urges youth in the field of startups, tech and innovation to take part in the program. President Kovind to confer annual national awards on International Day of Persons with Disabilities today. Karnataka CM Basavaraj Bommai to hold meeting with experts in view of newly found cases of Omicron in the state. A station of Doordarshan Kendra in Gorakhpur to be inaugurated today. India achieves ambitious target of 40% of installed electricity capacity from non-fossil fuel sources, way ahead of the target here. Met Office says low pressure area over southeast Bay of Bengal likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm and reach Andhra Pradesh Odisha coast tomorrow morning. Sports Ministry doubles number of former international athletes in Mission Olympics cell to accelerate India's progress in Olympics. In Junior Hockey World Cup, India to take on Germany and France to clash with Argentina in the semi-finals today. And in cricket, second and final cricket test between India and New Zealand to begin in Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium this morning. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a great day.